and welcome back. Please grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee because today we are talking about gardening. Back a couple weeks ago, I posted on my Instagram a picture of my daughter helping me fill in one of our garden beds with some dirt, and I asked you all if you'd be interested in learning about the gardening, and there was a resounding yes. So, as I mentioned in my last video, I will be sharing once a month gardening updates, and so that will include pictures of my garden and some little videos and kind of how I've been maintaining it and what I'm growing, all of those good things. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I'm in a new wardrobe. I have my gardening gear on today because yes, today I will be getting out there and doing a little bit more, but not in my own garden. I'm helping a friend today because here in Illinois, we had lots of flooding this spring. It's been a very rainy year and a lot of the local rivers and lakes have flooded. And unfortunately, my friend lives very close to one of those and her whole backyard, including her garden beds, were underwater. So I am going over today to help her start getting things back together, which I'm very excited about. But I wanted to come on and share with you today. I did take a video of my garden, which I'll show you in just a minute. But yeah, I'm here today with a cup of coffee and, oh, by the way, a new plant. It's not actually new. I just switched out plants because my other one that we lovingly call Spike, because it's very spiky, needed to be repotted. And so I repotted it, and he is over in our other room, soaking up lots of sunshine. And so this is our money plant named Lucky, and Lucky is here with me in my office now, for now. So yeah, got a new plant back here for you all to enjoy. And yeah, so let's get started talking about the garden. So I have 3 raised garden beds, and the first time, this is I'm in kind of a new gardener. I've helped out with my family's garden for my whole life, specifically my grandfather's, but I've never started one from scratch until about 3-4 years ago. And so, yeah, so this is me just learning in the process. And so I put my 3 garden beds right next to each other because I didn't want to take up more of my yard. And yeah, surprisingly enough, getting to the middle bed is really difficult because you have to like lean over other plants or step on the dirt. So this year, as I'll show you in just a minute, I moved that middle garden bed out and I added some hoops so that we can grow pumpkins. Or we tried growing pumpkins last year, but they took over the whole garden bed. So this time we gave them space in a hoop, and then my daughter has this fun little tunnel to run throughout the summer and fall. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, so I'm very excited about my garden. It's still really early. When I'm filming this video, it's early May. And in this area, it's really not a good idea to plant the plants that like heat until after closer to mid-May. So we're about 1 week early before I can plant things like tomatoes or cucumbers or anything like that. But I do have a few things in the ground, and I have a few things in the works. So let's take a look at my garden first, and then I'll show you the different plants that I have started as seeds inside that we will be bringing out to the garden next week.
Here's the start of our garden. We just added these little, I guess, chicken wire over these. My intent was to do pumpkins, but I have a feeling they're going to be a little too flimsy for pumpkins, so we might try some green beans or something. We're not quite ready to plant anything yet, and I need some more dirt. But I do have beets, carrots, collard greens and radishes going.
All right, so now let's take a look at some of the other things I'll be putting in the garden. These, again, will be going outside in about a week, and I'll, of course, share a picture once I do that. But first of all, I have a couple flowers. My daughter got these. So cool. I thought they were marigolds, but now that they have bloomed, I don't think they are. So if any of you are experienced gardeners and know what these are, please let me know. But these were the easiest things in the world to grow. We were at a seed expo, a local seed expo, and one of the gardeners there gave my daughter this cup that was filled with a little baggie of dirt, some seeds, and something else in there. Oh, well, and the cup. And I thought, what a cute little idea. And so, yeah, we're letting these grow and get nice and big. And then when they outgrow the cup, we'll move them outside. But I thought, what a cool little thing. And yeah, awesome. Anyways, the other flower that we have going are called larkspurs. And they are in here right now. As you can see, there are no flowers yet, but they are completely filling up this cup, and this cup will need to be emptied soon. So we'll be bringing these outside very, very soon. I've got a nice big pot to put those in. The next one that I just watered this morning because it looked so sad, but is our sunflower. Our sunflower is a little dehydrated, so right now she's soaking up all the water that I just gave her. So probably in a couple hours she'll be nice and happy again. But yeah, we've got two little sunflowers here, and those will go in the very back of our garden because obviously we don't want them to crowd out any of the sun. Next, I have two tomato plants, which are doing absolutely amazing. I am absolutely notorious for not being able to grow tomatoes. And my biggest problem is that I forget to water. So comment below or give this video a like if you too forget to water your plants. So we'll see how these tomatoes do this year. They look great right now. And hopefully I will get better at watering them this year. As a beginner gardener, I also don't remember the names of all of my plants. I know the general part of the plant that we eat, like tomato. I forget what kind it was exactly. Most of these seeds are from that same seed expo, so it has like the Latin name on there and the common name and a little bit of information about the plant. So if I find those, I will be sure to add those all here in the video as well. And last but not least, in terms of the seeds that I have started, I have a watermelon plant. We actually have two watermelon plants in here, which these grew so well last year, but again, took over the whole garden. So hopefully that trellis that I built this year is strong enough to hold on to the watermelon and the squash that I'll show you in just a second. But I'm very excited to grow watermelon again. I just need to learn when to harvest the watermelon. So again, if any of you have grown watermelon before and you know how to tell when they are ready to take off the vine, let me know in the comments, because I had a beautiful green watermelon sitting there for like 2 weeks, and I took it off the vine and it was like white on the inside, light pink some areas, but I think if I would have let it go another 2 weeks or at least a week, it would have been better. It still tasted good, but it tasted more like a cucumber than like a watermelon. So it was more like watery sweet rather than like sweet, sugary watermelon sweet. So I would love your help with that. And then finally, I have honey nut squash. If you have never had honey nut squash, I highly recommend you give it a try. It can be really hard to find sometimes, which is why I'm trying to grow it myself, because it's also kind of expensive. But it is a chef actually hybridized this by growing butternut squash and over time choosing the ones that were the smallest and the most sweet. I forget the whole process that he did, but it is so delicious, and they end up only being about this big, right? They're not huge, but they are packed with flavor, and they are so good. And the skin is still tricky to peel because it's butternut squash, but you can just slice it in half, pull out the seeds, roast it, and honestly, it doesn't even need anything else. Maybe a drizzle of olive oil and a sprinkle of salt or a little bit of cinnamon, and it's delicious. So yeah, very excited for these. So, you know, maybe I think these, because they're small enough, that hoop that I am using this year should be able to hold these. We'll see about the watermelon. But yeah, so those are all the seeds that I have started inside this year. I probably will be planting a few other things by seed directly into the soil. So you'll get to see that in the June update. And yeah, thanks for coming along on this journey. I hope you are as excited as I am, because it's always really fun to watch things grow and then get to enjoy and eat the fruits of your labor, right? All that hard work goes into it, and then when you eat the food, it just tastes even better. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And as I said, I'll be doing these once a month. Excuse me. So the first Thursday of every month, I will be posting a garden update. So be sure to subscribe so you stay in touch and you don't miss an update. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.